Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you episode 6 of Regrowth, Season 2. Between last time and now, the minions were kind enough for me to breed our nature seeds, iron seeds, tin seeds, and copper seeds up to 10, 10, 10. And unfortunately, I lost a little bit of footage, so I'm going to have to go over with you what was done. I made a mistake of not switching my recording program over to the proper profile, and rather than attempt to roll the server back to a backup, I'm just going to show you what we accomplished in that time. So, in what the world is made of, we did create for ourselves earth seeds. Earth seeds are made with regular essence, you've seen how to get that. Essence seeds, you've seen how to get that. Pasture seeds, which we made by throwing long grass, which we got by bone mealing the grass blocks and then harvesting with manasteel shears. Don't worry, we'll get to those in a moment. And Rune of Earth, which was made with manasteel, mushroom, block of coal, stone, and mana powder. The manasteel is made by tossing your iron ingots into a mana pool. The mana powder is made by tossing gunpowder, redstone, glowstone, sugar, which is what we used, or your choice of floral powder into a mana pool. None of this takes much in the way of mana. We currently have about a fifth of a full pool worth, and anytime that we want more, we can easily just toss some coal on the ground and let it start burning. Speaking of manasteel, we did, in the way the world works, make ourselves a little bit of manasteel. 10 ingots gave us a full mana tablet, 6 hydrangeas, and 16 dayblooms. Speaking of dayblooms, I should make use of those. Might as well get them placed down. I don't know if these are close enough. Yes, they are. Good. Excellent. And we can probably get the last two here. Make sure they are connecting to the proper spot. Don't want them to be on the wrong one. There we go. I might set the hydrangeas up again some other time, but now's not that time. Okay. And that's about it so far. We still need to get the other runes made. Oh, right. In what the world enables, we did make a vat. Vats are made from 7 copper ingots. You can get your copper out of copper ore, and you can get that copper ore out of your copper essence. And we started cooking up some burnt bricks in the vat, because a brick and 500 millibuckets of lava with 8 seconds gives you a burnt brick. We started using those burnt bricks to make some crucibles. The crucible furnace requires, hang on a second, heating components, burnt brick, a bucket of lava. We used up some of the clay buckets that the first vat quest gave us to make those. And heating components. These are the most annoying bit because they require 6 silicon carbide each, which takes a block of clay, 2 coal, and 2 sand apiece. Getting 96 coal to make 24 clay blocks so that we could make 2 heating elements, or 2 heating components per crucible furnace that we need. Blech. And then brick construction blocks is what we're currently working on. We've got the iron bars, but we need more burnt brick. So what we've done is we have a couple of fluid tanks here made with copper ingots, planks, and glass, and we're going to go and start emptying out that lava pool we found was recently. Thankfully, the fluid tanks, once you have liquid in them, let me demonstrate, you can go ahead and pick them up, and it retains the liquid. So we're going to be able to grab 32 buckets worth of lava and bring it back home with us, which is very important, both for being able to finish up making our crucible furnace, as well as getting into the nether, because we need to get some obsidian going. We can make obsidian in our vat, or in the smeltery that we are currently working towards. The reason we're working towards the smeltery is because I don't want to be cooking ore for 1 ingot at a time for the rest of forever. I would like very much to be able to get a better efficiency rate than that in the future. You know, when I set out to do all this and noticed that I had lost some footage, it was dawn, and I wasn't going to have trouble with mobs at night. Now, that is no longer true. And I believe that these will actually connect if you put them on top of each other, but now I'm not 100% certain. I know that if they have the same amount of fluid in them, they will happily stack up in your inventory. But yeah, this is all there is to it. Just scoop up the lava, toss it in your tank, and you're good to go. If you use a clay bucket to do so, it will expend the bucket, just so you know. Got to be careful there. However, if you use a regular bucket, no problem. So, iron buckets. They are sturdier than clay. Who knew? Alright, I'll meet you back at base, folks. Oh, one other fun thing. If you want to get really nutso, these things make really pretty lighting. Zombie! Ah! Die, zombie! Alright, safely back at base. 32 buckets of lava right here. I have been informed and discovered that they will always remain completely separate. Get rid of the last of our clay buckets, and I think, yep, I've got some bricks right here. Good. I'm just going to go ahead and burn all of them. Those 8 bricks will need a total of 4 buckets of lava to finish up. And once that's done, we'll be able to start making some obsidian in there. All you need to do is put in a, well, let me show you. To make obsidian using a vat. Come on, there we go. Just a bucket of lava, a bucket of water, and 10 seconds get you your obsidian. If you want things to go faster, you can make multiple vats. They will, multiple vats. They will connect, and you can go ahead and expand that way. Almost done. Almost done. All right, where did my bars go? Okay, good. Fine, don't cooperate. Sigh. I do this all the time. And you. Right. Need you. Need you. So very close to finished. Let's see if we get our bucket back. We do. Fantastic. So once you've got your crucible furnace, you can set it up by placing them on top of each other like that. And you can turn... Oh, castaway. We need to make an ingot caster, a block caster, and a ladle. The block caster requires 8 burnt bricks. The ingot caster requires 5. And the ladle requires 3 copper. So I'm going to go ahead and get more bricks cooked up for that, as I only have 4 at the moment. So I'm going to need a total of 9 more. And we'll be back once it's time to actually turn in this quest and start putting the crucible furnace to use. Alright, here we are. We've got our block caster and our ingot caster and our ladle. And that gets us our quest complete. Fantastic. 8 more burnt bricks and 4 more lava clay buckets, which I don't have room for. Awesome. Now, be careful where you put these things down, because they are a higher mining level than we currently have easy access to. Which means, if I were to, say, stick the ingot caster right there, well, oh, never mind. These I can pick up. The crucible furnace and the vats, we cannot. So we can swap out the block caster and the ingot caster fairly easily, but that's it. Now, to use the crucible furnace, it runs off lava. You've got 2 options. You can either toss some sort of liquid container in there, like so. You cannot put a full mariculture tank in there, unfortunately. Or you can stick it underneath. And it will begin fueling. Oh no, actually you can't do that, because if you put your lava in there, it's not going to work. You need to have a mariculture tank underneath, which will fuel it and get it to start burning. If we put some ore in there, we'll see that the melting point is 1085 degrees C, and it's going to make 216 millibuckets of molten copper. Which, if I remember correctly, that's about 1.5 bars. So if I wanted to get a nice even 3 bars per, we just make sure we put an even amount right there. And if we turn auto eject fluids on, it will put any fluids that it creates into the ingot caster here, which will then be easily plucked out by us. However, we don't really want copper ore in there. We want cobblestone because we want to make seared stone as quickly as possible. And to get seared not showing me that recipe. Hang on. There's an end run around this. If we show uses for seared stone and recipe for seared brick, we can see that seared stone in a ingot caster gets us our seared bricks, and each cobblestone will produce 18 millibuckets of seared stone. Unfortunately, it takes 36 millibuckets, so 2 cobblestone apiece for each seared brick, and we're going to need rather a lot of seared bricks. So 16 cobblestone, not quite going to cut it. However, you've got an infinite source of cobblestone underneath your feet. It just takes a little bit of annoying work to get there. So yeah, you can as soon as you get your first crucible furnace set up, you can pretty quickly jump from that to a smeltery. The smeltery is going to have a higher return on investment in terms of the amount of ores the amount of ingots you get out of your ore. So it might be worth it to go for as fast as possible. Get a few more fluid tanks, and I'm gonna go collect the rest of that lava off camera. And yeah, I'm gonna let this run for a bit. I'm going to gather up a bunch of cobblestone to make seared stone, and I'm going to make a bunch of obsidian. Here, I'll show you how insanely easy it is. Just you in there, you in there, you in there, you in there. And it should start reacting immediately. Yep, we can already see the smoke around it. There we go. And we're creating 2 obsidian already. We only need 10 to get to the nether. But the nether's not exactly a safe place now, is it? Well, what we're going to be doing to protect ourselves in the nether is making use of some of that manasteel. The great thing about manasteel is you can craft it into armor very easily, and it gives you the protection of iron and feeds off of the mana tablet for durability. Plus, it just looks snazzy in my opinion. I really like the look of the manasteel armor. Boom. Awesome. So now we are fairly well protected. You can also make yourself some manasteel tools if you like, or you can use manasteel heads on your tinker's tools, but that's really not the best use of what you have available to you right now. Instead, you're better off looking in your quest book and heading down. What the world enables. I have another quest complete. Oh, I never completed Crucible of Fire because it takes up so much inventory space. Derp. We'll pick that up in a minute. If we go to what the world is made of and you check out bauxite, well, essence of tin, regular essence, limestone, and floral white powder aren't a big ooh. Limestone might be. Do I have much in the way of limestone in here? I think it's craftable with one of the elementals, but I'm not certain which one. Ah, essence of water and essence of earth. So we're going to want to get aluminum as fast as possible because we want to get some alumite tools, and there's no reason not to skip straight to them. We've got all of the things that we need to make alumite as soon as we have the aluminum. Just takes obsidian, iron, and molten aluminum in a smeltery, which we're working on, or will be briefly. So, to get all of the things that we need for the aluminum, we need to get some water seeds. Let me do some inventory management off camera, and I'll be right back. A couple of minor upgrades. Get ourselves a hopper. Stick said hopper facing into a chest underneath the ingot caster. There we go. And now this should fill up with the ingots without us needing to babysit it. We just need to keep it full of cobblestone. Which is something that's actually fairly, or, well, we need to keep this tank full of lava, really. Which isn't super complex, but, it's also not super simple quite yet. We'll get there in the future. Unfortunately, we're only going to be getting, we're not going to be getting nearly enough, cobblestone, nearly enough seared bricks out of this in general. Ah, there we go. There's the 8 seared bricks. And I'd really, really like to be able to make more cobblestone. But to make cobblestone, for that, you have to go to the nether to get the essence of fire. Instead, we're going to get ourselves some string out of our container there. We are going to need a fishing rod, which is made with 3 sticks and 2 string. I already had a bunch of sticks on hand. Because now it's time to make some rune of water. Mana powder, manasteel, bone meal, sugarcane, and fishing rod. Whoops, didn't mean to break it, meant to right click. 1 fishing rod coming up. And here's our mana powder. Where did it go? There it is. And it looks like I deposited the manasteel. That's okay. We'll just make more. I'm going to need a ton of it over time anyway, so having more on hand isn't going to hurt me any. We're also going to need, for the rune of water, bone meal. That's what I'm missing. 1 singular bone meal. And boom, there we go. Now the rune of water was going to enable us to make water seeds. It's going to take a couple of buckets though. So I better make another bucket and get it filled with water. There we are. Simple enough. There's going to be a lot of this sort of thing in this pack. Make the next rune to be able to make the next seed. 3 regular essence and an essence seed. Alright. Same general idea otherwise, but this will get us the limestone that we need to finish up the aluminum quest, and then we can start making our aluminum seeds be awesome. Oh, helps if you actually put the rune in there. There we go. While we're waiting on that, let's go grab the tin that we need and make sure we have everything else. Huh, look at that. These guys are moving. Yay! Okay. What else do we need? 32 limestone, we're working on that. Floral white powder. 12 regular essence. Ooh. And 8 essence of tin, not just 1. 8. Wow. More than I expected. What do we need? 32 of you? Probably easier to grab a stack, split it, and put the other half back. Hey, where'd my... Put in here? No. Oh, it's in my inventory. Why did I leave that in my inventory? It's a silly thing to have in my inventory. There we go. Come give you a whack. Get our rune back and our water seeds. That is one of the big things that I'm very happy happens now, is you get your rune back when you make a seed. It's a huge difference. Alright, shift, right click, get another stack of the magic fertilizer. We're gonna need 3 of this. And 3 earth essence. And let's start this snaking a bit. Again, I have called upon the minions to come in and finish this for me while I am off and away working on other projects. But this should at least get it started, so that by the time they show up, there's some progress. Oops, looks like I'm out. There. Alright. So that's 3 Essence of Water and 3 Essence of Earth. Getting us... Oh, that's only 16 of the 32 we need. That's okay. I found a cache of limestone underneath the ground anyway. Plus, we do get to hand in the water seeds. I'm just going to grab the regular essence, though. Right. I need 9 more regular essence. And that's going to take Essence of Aluminum. Let's just look up the aluminium seeds right away. Essence of Tin. Rune of Fire. That's what's holding us back. We have to get into the nether for that. So let's just grab that back and stick it in our chest for now. Alright. Let's make ready for a nether expedition so that we can get going with these other items. I'm going to go collect that lava from that other side of the air. From that lava pool. And if I happen to find a Enderman out there at nighttime, then we're going to try to hunt that down as well. But if I do, I will make sure that I cut back in and share my likely death with a lot of you. See you soon. Alright, that was simple enough. Got a bunch of lava and made a bunch of obsidian. Let's go take a peek into the nether, shall we? Just a very short one, because we don't want to overstay our welcome, and we're not going to be able to do a whole lot there. Our goal is just to get enough netherrack to make the fire rune, so that we can make the seeds from it. Now, you can make nether brick by smelting the netherrack, so all I need is just a little bit, and we're good to go. Ooh, nether wart might be more difficult, though. Hang on. Yeah, nether wart might just be more difficult, and there might not be anything I can do about that. Maybe if we do the strong infusion stone quest, but that requires strong essence, doesn't it? And I think I need to get more of the mid-tier ones to be able to make it. Experience, aluminium, skeleton, gold, and then all 4 elements, plus obsidian and blaze. Getting the obsidian seeds requires water, fire, earth, and obsidian. So, yeah, we're going to have to just go in and hope that we can find us some nether wart in there. I think. Could be wrong. Okay, this isn't a terrible place to be. We've got Natura enemies enabled, so we're going to want to be careful about that. Keep an eye out for them. Hey, look, there's a nice, big lava lake near us. There is some key construct seared brick. Ardite ore right there. Okay. Let's make sure that, I'm not skipping over anything. To hell and back. Oh, well, there we go. We get nether wart in our choice of 32 soul sand or 32 netherrack. I'm going to grab the soul sand because netherrack's easy to get. Thievery with 4 nether copper and a few others. We can get some free nether quartz, but if I start grabbing ores, then the pigmen are going to attack. So we're just going to leave the ore alone for now. Take home the netherrack that I need and get out of here. Though it is tempting. I mean, it's right there. Not that I can mine it yet. We need to get pickaxe upgraded to do much mining in here. We're just going to grab a stack of netherrack before we go. If we happen to run into any real nasties, we can just flee as fast as possible. Ah. Ah! Fire. Fire bad. Oh, careful there. If you're like me and you can't really see the red on red, you might accidentally try to mine some nether redstone. There we go. Alright, we're out of here. Boom. One successful quick dash into the nether and back out. Operation quest chapter at the Sadhu not started. Oh, that's all about me in there. There we go. Toss some netherrack in here. And we're cooking up some nether bricks now. The other great thing about nether bricks is you can make your burnt bricks from them much cheaper. Let me find burnt brick. Recipe, actually. It only costs 250 millibuckets of lava and 4 seconds. So half the time, half the resources. Okay, let's make more obsidian, because I'm going to need it. While we wait for things to cook. And you've seen the process of getting runes made. So, I'm going to leave the rest of the runes as an exercise for the viewer. The runes of fire, air, ooh, feathers. How are we going to go about that? Pretty simply, actually. We're going to get some chickens. We'll get to that in a bit. And mana are on my list. But the rune of mana, though, we need to use up one of our mana pearls, and I'd really rather not do that right off the bat, because... Let me claim that. Still don't have enough inventory space. Oh, yep, now we're on to the quest for the smeltery. It's gonna be a bit... Oh, where is it? What the world came to be. If we kill an enderman, we're guaranteed an ender pearl. There was another quest for handing in... Oh no, what I need, that's what I was looking at. The ender seeds, which I really, really want to get, require 2 mana pearls. And 2 ender pearls. 4 weak essence. And we only have the 2 mana pearls right now. So I'm going to be heading out every night from now on to go enderman hunting, because we've got some nice manasteel gear, and we're about to have some alamite tools to back that up, including an alamite cutlass. Well, maybe. We got to get the smeltery up to be able to do the alamite anything yet. So, gonna be a moment. All right, gonna do some crafting, get some fire seeds going, and we'll be back soon. All right, we are coming up on time here, but let's go over what one of the really cool things. We got our aluminium seeds, we got our rune of fire. We can turn in what the world is made of, aluminium seeds. Next step along the way, well, we're going to want to do the golden opportunity quest. Essence of copper, regular essence, floral yellow powder, and sand. All of that is really easy for us now that we can make essence of fire and essence of earth infinitely. And we're going to want to get the Blaze of Glory quest, but Blaze of Glory requires essence of nether. And to get essence of nether, we need... Well, first we need to get some essence of nether. So I'm going to have to work on some other quests until I find the quest that can... Oh, wait, look at that. Nether Neferity. Requires 16 essence, 16 floral powder, and 16 netherrack. And then we can start working on the nether seeds as soon as we have that. So I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of those seeds off camera. I mean, you guys know how the seeds work at this point. I don't think you need to see me go through the motions of every single seed. These are simple enough to do. We will do the rune of air next episode. That's what we're going to start doing. We're going to get into creating life. More than just the plants, by the way. One thing we're going to do, I'm going to have the minions breed up a bunch of plants for me. I don't know if I've mentioned this. You get the strawberry, sweet corn, cucumber, grape, blueberry, blackberry, tomato, chili, and raspberry. You guys have seen how plant breeding works. None of it is new or exciting. It's just kind of a little bit grindy. But once we have magical food, the stuff restores 6 full shanks, which is 12 hunger, and 10 shanks of saturation. That's full. That's 20 saturation, everything that you can possibly get, and gives regen 2 for 5 seconds. This is pretty much the best food in the game as far as I'm concerned, and it's really easy to get as soon as you have all of these different plants ready, and the super crafting frames make crafting it even super simple. So, how are we going to be able to afford all of that farm space? Well, now that we've got essence of water and essence of earth, I thought it was like that. Hang on. Oh, now that we have essence of earth, we can easily make an infinite amount of dirt. And thanks to our pumpkin farms outputting a ton of pumpkin seeds, we have a ridiculous amount of compost hanging around, which we can then easily turn into the garden soil here. Nice, huh? So yeah, farming space is not something that's going to be limited. We're going to be able to expand, replace all of this with dirt, and hopefully get some proper aesthetical building going sometime soon. I need to decide on a theme and what I'm going to do about a couple of things before I actually start giving this whole place a makeover. Alright folks, that's going to be all for this episode. Thanks very much for joining me. Hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If so, leave me a thumbs up, tell me what you liked. If not, leave me a thumbs down. Tell me what you'd like to see me do better. Either way, you want to see more of the series, please click subscribe below, and I'll see you next time.